Which vehicle to drive today? We could take the Jeep Wrangler, but that's the wife's, so that's risky. We could take the Prius, but I'm not taking that today. We could take the Tacoma, but we're not taking that today either. So that leaves us with the Jeep Gladiator, and that is what we're taking today. So first, gotta grab the keys. And I get a lot of flack for this. Oh, you leave your keys in the garage. Yeah, I do. It's convenient for me. And to get my keys, you'd have to break into my house and know where they're at and risk stealing a car. I mean, I just don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm okay with it. But anyway, we're gonna grab the Gladiator today. It's still relatively clean, I think. Pretty much. It's got some dust and stuff on it, I'm sure. Now, one thing I need to do is move slower. I've been told I'm giving people vertigo by moving around too quickly. So I'm going to try to move in slow motion. Let's go ahead and get her started up. Turn everything off here in a minute as soon as everything comes up. I'm impatient. I hate waiting for things to come up, particularly the radio. We'll hit the accept. And we're probably going to have to hit mute, I imagine. Nope, doesn't look like it. So we're good to go as far as that goes. Now, let's see if we can't get out of here. I have a truck behind me. You guys can probably see it, hopefully in the side mirror in the rear view. Tight parking over here. So let's get this out. I do love the camera. I mean, look at how awesome that camera is. It is fantastic. But you don't want to get too close. I'm never too trusting about it, right? So let's get turned around here. A whole nother exercise, I guess. Do you guys have this where you live? Do you have cars parked all over the place? Granted, it's my fault. I mean, there are my cars, so I can't really complain to anybody else. I don't want to hit the Tacoma back there. Alright, we're golden. We're good to go, I think. Just going to bring you guys on a little kind of a POV type trip. Let's check the camera, make sure you guys are seeing what I'm hoping you're seeing. Looks good to me. I think everything is okay. So, let's make sure we're not going to get hit. Let's go for a little bit of a ride. I wanted to talk about something that happened recently with a Jeep Gladiator, and it's not mine, it's my mother's actually. She had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I was out working on a mod. I was actually laying underneath the Tacoma doing something, and she came running over asking me if I could take her to the doctor's appointment because her Gladiator wouldn't start. The battery was dead. And I thought, oh no, does that mean that she is having that dreaded auxiliary battery problem with her Jeep Gladiator? I hope not, but I'm not sure. So I did end up taking her to the doctor's appointment. That was no big deal. I just quit the video I was doing and took her to the doctor's office, and all was fine. Now, one thing I want to mention, you may have noticed a little blip in the recording right there. This camera that I'm using has some speech command capability. So when I said what I said, I can't say it again now or it's going to do the same thing. It stopped doing what I was doing. So anyway, if you notice something a little wacky there, that's why. So anyway, back to her Jeep Gladiator. We don't know yet for sure what's wrong. There is the possibility that she left the light on inside, that she actually had the door open while she was sitting in it, and when she got out, she didn't start it or anything. She didn't go anywhere. She was actually waiting for us to get back. But there's a possibility that she left the door open, which could have left the dome light on, or any of the lights inside, right? So if that's what happened, well, that's an interesting setup over there. Wow. So if that's what happened, then that makes sense. Obviously, the battery would go dead if you leave the lights on overnight, and this would have been overnight and half of the next day. But there's also this ongoing issue with the auxiliary battery needing charge. In other words, it starts to run down, and then it robs or steals juice from the main battery, which is a possibility. Let's take a look out there. Yeah, it's good that way, but not good this way. You might get trounced by 3 semis if you happen to pull out going that way. That'll ruin your day, right? Let's take a quick look. I'm trying to go slow again, so I'm not so jumpy with the camera. Makes it not so much fun trying to see. But here we go. We should be good. So anyway, that's the issue that has come up with her Jeep Gladiator. At the moment, it's charging. So they're trying to see if it just needed a charge or not. Let me go ahead. I forgot to hit the auto stop, something I always try to remember to do. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. If she's got an auxiliary battery problem, then that's going to be an issue. And it seems to me from feedback that I've gotten on this channel that it starts to happen if it hasn't happened much earlier. It seems to be more common to happen on Gladiators that are 2 to 3 to 4 years old, and hers is a 2020, so it's a little over 3 model years old right now. It's right in that window where it could start to have problems, right? So I don't know. Hopefully it was user error and she left the door open, and that's what caused the battery to go down, not the auxiliary battery robbing juice from the main. We shall see. Otherwise, I will say her Jeep Gladiator has been spot on. No problems, no auto stop issues, nothing weird, nothing funky with hers. Oh, look at this. We've got road work. Gotta love that. I'll have to avoid this way coming home, maybe. Although there's no real traffic over there, so I guess it's okay at the moment. So we shall see. Hers, like I said, has been rock solid, no issues, no problems. So I think, fingers crossed, it's going to be fine and no issues like that. Mine, I am getting close. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm getting close to 5,000 miles, and I know that's pretty low on this truck. I think I actually jumped the gun and did a 5,000 mile video because I am so close. I mean, what's 100 and some miles? But knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with mine other than the vibration issue, which, by the way, the fuel additive that I put in recently, the injector cleaner, seemed to do the trick. It smoothed right out, no issues. Once again, my Jeep Gladiator is running smooth. So my advice to anybody out there who has any kind of a rough idle or vibration in their Jeep Gladiator at park, with the truck in gear, if you will, maybe not even in gear. I think even just having it in park is fine. But to go ahead and try the fuel additive, you may find that that will resolve your problem. Of course, I'm behind a bus that has to stop, I guess, at every railroad crossing, which, don't get me wrong, that's a good thing. If I'm a passenger on that bus, I would prefer that it make sure there's no trains coming before it drags me across the tracks. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of let you guys know what's going on. I like to try to keep you guys up to date when I learn something new about the Gladiator, or something happens with one. In this case, it's not mine. Leave a comment, let me know. Have you experienced any problems with your auxiliary battery in the Gladiator draining your main battery, and what was the resolution? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.